is your physical good, or do we need to get you a new physical? If you have 6 months left on your physical and you had at least a year at the time, then you should be fine. We'll need you to send us your long form though, because we need to get it signed off on and approved. And then if we don't, if your physical does need to be redone, then we'll get you scheduled for that. We'll schedule you for a new physical at the same time that we schedule you for your drug tests, both the hair follicle and the urinalysis. Now, if your physical is good, then we'll just do the hair follicle and the urinalysis ahead of time. And then we'll also have you complete the online orientation before you come to orientation. That's really important because some of the info in the online orientation, you need to know before you start orientation. So we send you the link and the login information. You complete that, and it's a number of modules of video followed by questions, and then again, video followed by questions, a few of those from there to there. Let's see, so then once you've done that, you do get $100 for completing all of that ahead of time, but again, it is required that you complete it ahead of time. So technically, you get $600, not just $500 on your first, on your contract that we give you. Or, yeah. And let's see, in orientation itself, you'll go through a lot of company policies, procedures, how to communicate, how to read the Qualcomm, the TransFlow system. We haven't had Qualcomm in for years. But anyway, so the TransFlow system, the GeoTab, communicating with your driver manager. You'll meet with your driver manager. You'll meet with your recruiter. You'll go through the expectation form, which is what we like to do with you, as a recruiter would like to do with you ahead of time, to make sure what your expectations of the position and our expectations of someone filling the position, making sure that they align. The miles that you run, your weekly pay, your weekly expected pay, your rate of pay per mile, the type of equipment you're running, the area that you're running, the region or the over the road or what states you're looking at. Because we run Chicago area. Sometimes we have night runs, so there's some night driving. So those are things that you need to know ahead of time to make sure that it is in fact the position that you're looking for, or maybe it's not, but those expectations are just like a double check to make sure that we're in alignment with the position that we're offering you. And then, so you'll do that ahead of time, but then you also will walk through that with your recruiter and your driver manager so that everybody is on the same page. Where you're taking home time, what the expectations are from home time. Do you like to stay out longer than 11 days? Are you someone who stays out 4 weeks at a time? We want to know what it is that you're looking for to make sure we're a good fit. Yes, you do. There is a road test in orientation. So yes, very good. Usually half hour or so for the road test. And everybody will have that road test, not just student drivers. All drivers will go through the road test because it's your first time here at Decker. We obviously have your driving records and your work history, but we haven't actually seen you drive. So that's the time that you get to, I wanted to say show off your skills, but we don't need any like, I don't know where I was going with that. Something about Fast and Furious. I don't know. But yeah. Anyways, so you'll have the road test. I'm trying to remember if the road test is usually on a Tuesday or if it's I think it's on a Tuesday usually. And then, like I said, you'll meet with your driver manager. You'll meet with the maintenance department because we have a lot of amenities and they go over a lot of those during orientation. But not just the amenities and showing them off, but how to use them. Like with the APU unit, they're going to give you a quick little run through on how to use the APU unit. And then if you're having any troubles with it, which, APU units rock. They are fantastic. However, sometimes they just don't work or you're having troubles with them working. So there are some tricks to getting them working. Getting them going, and sometimes it's cranking the knob one way and then cranking it back and for some reason that works. I don't know. But maybe it just needs additional maintenance on the APU. They are obviously diesel fueled, and so whatever it might be, there's some tricks to the trade there. Same with the bunk heater and anything else really in the truck. Also, they'll go through running the TV because all of our trucks have 22-inch smart TVs in them. We are transitioning from EpicView satellite TV, which is 100 plus channels, HBO, Cinemax, Showtime, Sunday Ticket, plus a bunch more. But that we're transitioning from that in our trucks to the EpicView Plus, which is all of those channels plus Wi-Fi, and it's all streaming instead of having that white dome on the back of our trucks. We won't have that hardware, but we'll have different obviously hardware in the trucks, but that's what's taking the time to get from EpicView to the EpicView Plus. Some of you guys already have it and love it. Some of you guys don't have it yet, but we are getting you there. So there's that. We have microwaves in the trucks. I'm not sure they'll take the time to show you how to use a microwave, but I'm pretty sure you got it. They'll show you where the inverters are, because the inverters are different in the Peterbilt than they are in the Freightliner or the Volvo. Most of our trucks are the 579 Petes. We do have some Volvos, the 740s for flatbed, the 780s and 860s for the refrigerated divisions, and the Freightliner Cascadia Evolutions as well. They're all double bunk, and they have all of the amenities that I'm talking about. The only exception is some of the Freightliners. They have opti-idle instead of APUs, but they still have the inverters. So you'll have all that. We have the TransFlow Geotab unit in our truck. We have Lytx system, which is one of our safety features, inward and outward facing event recorders. Those are not a live feed. They kick on during critical events, and those type of events would be like hard braking, erratic lane change, speeding, following too close. I'm sure I'm missing some, but those are some prime examples. When you turn your truck off, that inward one turns off. You can put a cap on it if you want at that point, but that inward one turns off, and then the outward ones, those will kick off after 4 hours, once the truck is off for 4 hours.